Welcome to Trade Doc, the Theta Options Trader, where we recap today's close, look at the futures, and scan our ETF watch list to spot opportunity. Today is Tuesday, January 17th, 2017, about 4:30. Markets just closed about a half hour ago, and the markets, they closed all red, averaging down about a little over a 0.5%, with the Russell leading the way, down almost 1.5%. So that was a pretty good hit there. That's a pretty good indicator. And the Dow came off almost 60 points. Looking into the futures, and I added, just for my sakes, when I look at it, I kind of calculate it. Added, here's the majors, the bonds, the VIX. Crude oil was up 0.25%. Natural gas came down almost a full percent. Gold and silver were both up over about, gold was up 1.5%, silver was up 2.5%, copper came down 2.5%. The dollar came down almost a full percent, bringing the other currencies up, including the Mexican peso, but not much there. And here's the SPYs, and I added some softs here, some soft metals, because that's what I do pretty much in industrial. Stick with that, so you can pretty much pause it and see what I just added here. And this I just added on here just for my calculations, to just figure out where they are in the charts. Now, taking a look at the charts, so we gotta move to, starting with oil. Came up 0.1%, kind of still in that price range, which is this green box that I have. It's a calendar, and I actually added another short to oil, so I'll be adding that in. And the reason I added the short was just because it broke this trend line. This isn't the only charts I use, these aren't the only indicators I use either. So with oil, I'm putting in another short, and what I did, because it's low IV on USO, and I trade USO all the time, I always have something on, just put a calendar with puts. That way the front month expires worthless, and then I end up with a nice long put. Is Oil Explorers, and this is also one that I added on to it. So Oil Explorers are now ready to be shorted, and that's what I did via the triple leverage. What is it? I forget what it is. The triple leverage DRIP, DRIP. It's just so easy to remember. But they were up 1.5%, kind of went up the way I wanted it to, and that's my target zone to short, which was here. And this I just kind of use. That was my short and price there, which was 41.46 on the XOP. Natural gas, didn't add anything to it, but like we did last week, I took away all my long positions, just left with short options on there. Gold came up, and I actually added a hedge to gold for the first time ever. And I didn't sell any gold, I just added a hedge to it via DGLD, and that's the triple leveraged inverse of gold. So I like using triple leverage because you can hold both positions, and it's very easy to hedge. And hopefully I just hold this until it gets down here back into the 114 area. GDX, like I said last week, I held on to the junior miners, and I just sold them off. So this was just closed for profit, as well as Nugget, NUGT. I was holding that for a while, and still held on to a couple of the Nugget. triple leverage ETF, and I'm waiting for that to come down to reload again. I didn't buy dust as a hedge or anything. Silver, like I said, I actually took profits in here. Just like I said, it's gonna go trade in this range here, and I added this calendar with calls. So pretty easy. Once the front month expires, then you're left with a long call. And that's my trading strategy. I also do verticals and things like that, but it depends at what point in time. No position in the energy sector, though it's probably a good time to add a position. They're just coming off of oversold. I like to see them go up a little bit more before going short again. XLU, trying to get them short, but I believe they might trade up again, especially with the new weather forecasts that are coming. So this is the trend line here. It's pretty much paralleling that one, looks like. So it could probably come up again. And just put a couple price. This is here and here. So probably a good time to short, but didn't put no position in there. Industrial sector, we're short on that. Like I said, I sold some individual stocks in this sector, and I can see them move back down into that trend line. Material sector, we're still short on that, and they broke this trend line, so it'd be a good time to short them again. I just didn't add any positions to that. I closed out this position with healthcare, so no position in healthcare anymore. Nice little profit on that. I did add some cannabis stocks as well as some cancer drug stocks, so those are the only ones that I went long on. But for the healthcare sector, closed out that short. Real estate, we have no position, though I'm going to go short again once they reach up to this 78.10 area. Home builders are looking to short, and it's probably a good time to short here, but I still got these individual shorts, so it's all working, nothing to do there. Retail sector, looks like they might be bouncing back up. High volume today, and just broke it back down. They ended up almost a full percent, 0.8. And here's the financials, one of my biggest gainers, and I am not closing any positions in financial. I've been waiting since, let's see, since the beginning of December. Started shorting it, and putting my 5, and I never add more than 5 positions. 5 price targets to average it down. Now it's finally paying off, holding on to that, waiting for that stream. S&P, we're short, came down 0.25%, and we have plenty of lines for them to trade down here. The Dow, I'm also short via SDOW, and they actually broke the bottom of this trend line, so they might trade down to this point here, but there's just not too much support to hold that. I can put this right here where it consolidated a little bit, but you can see this run up. As fast as it runs up, it'll run down. That's in my opinion, but it's just a correction. The Qs I'm short, and I'd like them to get down so I can get back long. My target is 121. The Russell broke its trend line, and we might see some more downward movement in there. Still short the Russell for a while, just took profits here, but I'm gonna be short the Dow and the Russell. The emerging markets didn't do anything, still holding on to those long dividend stocks. Nothing. Japan. China, I did actually take more profits in today. China and India, I took profits in, just because I'll probably most likely get a better entry point once they come down a little bit, and that'll be probably in another week. India as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Happy trading. Hedge your bets out there. Peace. Oh, and Russia. Russia was the last one I shorted, added to the short just because it broke this trend line. Peace.